Union Bank was the first bank to introduce a comprehensive cash management solution as a local commercial bank when Biz Direct was launched in 2014. Up to that point, there were 4 foreign banks that providing comprehensive cash management solutions, and that too to multinationals.
With Biz Direct, from day one, it has always been a case of we don't print our own checks. Like, we don't write checks in the company. Initially, we, as Asanka said, our business model is such that we cannot do it with manual paperwork.
When it comes to life insurance, one of the most important thing for customer is to get the claim when they most need it. So we have partnered with Union Bank with their Biz Direct system to ensure that more than 90% of our claims paid within a day.
Hi everyone, and today we are discussing transforming lives to efficient cash management using Union Bank's Biz Direct. And joining me today are 3 eminent panelists. Asanka Ranhotty, Senior Vice President, SME and Transaction Banking at Union Bank of Colombo. Welcome, Asanka. Ruwan Rodrigo, Vice President, Finance and Union Assurance PLC. And Dhanushki Jinadasa, the Chief Financial Officer of Trinity Steel. I'm going to start off with you, Asanka. Union Bank was one of the first, if possibly the first, to introduce a cash management solution. Biz Direct. Can you elaborate on how it came about and also, how it has evolved since you started it?
Union Bank was the first bank to introduce a comprehensive cash management solution as a local commercial bank when Biz Direct was launched in 2014. Up to that point, there were 4 foreign banks that providing comprehensive cash management solutions, and that too to multinationals and a very few large local corporates. So Biz Direct revolutionized the local market by being a local corporate to give cash management solutions to local corporates as well as SMEs. So initially in 2014, when cash management was given to customers, the connectivity was web-based. Later on, proper integration with ERP solutions were also done on host-to-host basis. And in 2020, the system went through upgrading. And now the system is capable of doing API connectivity, which is in keeping with the technological requirements. This comes with the highest security, multi-factor authentication, security systems. And it comes with mobile authorization, which is a requirement. For instance, Dhanushki's company, that's a big requirement where the directors are all over the world. So it's secure approval methodology using a mobile phone as well. So the business now has evolved. Biz Direct has evolved into a mature product. It's a very mature product, and I would say we are in par with any foreign bank that gives a cash management solution. We are in par with that. The product has evolved to that level.
Excellent. And where do you see it going forward?
Still, in Sri Lanka, most of the businesses are trying to get a grasp of what cash management is. So it's an end-to-end solution. If I may take time to explain, what we are doing is looking at the entire cash conversion cycle. Right? So what it does is helping a business on the collections, then the payments, and then looking at reporting and liquidity management, and finally the reconciliations. When all these things are automated, obviously the efficiencies go to a different level, and it gives time and space for the management and the employees to concentrate on the core business. So, and on the SME side, most of the SMEs have a challenge in keeping records. So what this will give, Biz Direct will give them is the control over both sides, the collections and the payments. And then the owners or the SME managers will have some sort of control over that process. And that will also give them time and space to do more core operations of the business if they automate their payments.
Interesting. Before we delve into more details of the Biz Direct, I just want to take two of Union Bank's most esteemed clients who are using this platform. The question is, it's a joint question to both of you. Look, technology has evolved, and the customer expectations, in how they want to interact with technology while they do business, and their expectations are very high. How has each of your organization, used technology to sort of engage with the customer?
When it comes to life insurance, one of the most important thing for customer is to get the claim when they most need it. They need the claim quickly. So we have partnered with Union Bank with their Biz Direct system to ensure that more than 90% of our claims paid within a day.
Dhanushki, steel is not an industry that we regularly interact with in our day-to-day lives, except the end products, obviously. And
Yes.
how has your industry sort of used Biz Direct?
Yeah, so we actually are a manufacturing company plus an exporter. So for us, when it comes to it, it used to be a very expensive procedure to find customers, to make visits, telephone calls, and it used to be these telex, faxes, that procedure.
The good old days, yes.
Whereas nowadays, manufacturing side, the technological developments have allowed us to improve our outputs, basically. So efficiencies have gone up, productivity has gone up, then communication linked to customers. I mean, you don't have to wait to actually fly and visit a customer. You just take up your phone, WhatsApp call, Viber, you name it. Accessibility is there.
The cash management business is very competitive one. I think that's a core part of banking. And I think that, Union Bank is a major player in this. And for you, what are the main enablers, of the cash management business?
Biz Direct, as we call it, our cash management system, it's a very comprehensive cash management solution which is suitable to any type of business. When I say any type of business, be it a SME or even a large multinational corporate. So Biz Direct basically gives a business to manage the collections, payments, liquidity management, reporting, and reconciliation. And Biz Direct can be very seamlessly and securely integrated to any accounting software or an ERP platform of a business. And most importantly, I would say, Biz Direct can be customized to any business need. So those are the key enablers, I would say.
Thank you. Just listening to Asanka, Ruwan, it appears that they're trying to remove some of the headaches that businesses have so they can focus on their core business. And for Union Insurance also, I think you've been growing quite fast, and you have ambitious plans in terms of growing further. How has Union Bank's Biz Direct helped you in your expansion plans?
Union Bank help us in different ways in terms of premium collections and also paying claims and also liquidity and cash management. When it comes to premium collections, we operate our cashiering branches. Union Bank comes to our doorstep of our branches and they collect cash and deposit in closest branches. So then they provide information us about the realized and unrealized deposits. So that is very useful for us too in terms of managing our liquidity. And also since they come and collect the cash, it eliminates cash touch points. So it reduces our risk of loss of cash as well as theft. And also when it comes to payments, we have done about 6.7 billion worth of claim payments last year. So majority of those payments are done through Biz Direct. And one of the important thing is Biz Direct. When we log into the Biz Direct, we can see whether checks are realized or not. So when there's a customer query on their claims payment, we can quickly log into the Biz Direct and provide the customer clarification. That is one of the main advantage of Biz Direct. And also when it comes to our reconciliation, we can download MT940 reconciliation statements, bank statements from the Biz Direct. So that is basically help us to do our reconciliation of transaction very quickly. And also Biz Direct help us in a way that we have about 10 to 12 bank accounts with Union Bank, where at any given time we can see the balance, cash balance, as well as we can see the unrealized deposit as well as unrealized check, so that we can manage our liquidity very well and also the working capital very well.
It's coming to you, Dhanushki. You have a different, value proposition with terms of your clients. You are very international. Production is here, but everything else seems to be, a very international business. How has, Biz Direct helped you in your business, particularly with your foreign clients?
So through Biz Direct, all our outbound payments, whether it's $500 to $1 million even, it supports it. So same as a local currency, we have the same procedure for OTTs. And we also have the flexibility of downloading our own MT103s, where we share it with the customers, right? Or the suppliers, or with the refund. So that entire process is entirely convenient for us, based on the fact that our transactions are in foreign currency. Right?
And do you have any domestic dealings that you use Biz Direct for as well? Yeah.
Yes, we do. We actually use a different feature of Biz Direct, salary transfers. Local salary transfers, yes, we all do. But Biz Direct actually supports us to repatriate salaries of our expats as well.
Right.
So in bulk transfers, we actually transfer the salaries, and it's totally systemized. So it helps us in that sense, rather than individually transferring salaries through an application. One bulk transfer, and we are closed for the month.
Excellent. Asanka, if you heard great testimonies from
Yes.
Two of your customers who are very happy and utilizing your platform. There are others out there who might be interested, thinking, how can I partner with Union Bank, Biz Direct? What benefits, other than what we discussed already, can they, derive from, and what is the message you have for them?
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Ruwan and Dhanushki, for the testimony. I mean, that shows a real day-to-day working of Biz Direct. That's a testimony of how successful it is. So, coming back on Biz Direct to the benefits of a customer can get, good cash management is basically getting cash upfront and managing it to the best use of the institution, and basically managing the cash conversion cycle. So to do that, you need an end-to-end solution. It should be automated end-to-end. So that is where it's different to internet banking. So these are two different products. We have internet banking products for all banks. Cash management is different when it comes to the end-to-end solution. If I may elaborate, so the end-to-end solution will give the customer full control over the collections, payments, reporting and reconciliation, and liquidity management. So then this will improve the efficiencies, and then of course the costs will also come down, and of course free up time for the management to do the core business. Apart from that, this will also increase the efficiency on overall business. So then there will be cost benefits as well, and security on cash handling process. As Ruwan mentioned, the touch points are eliminated in this process, because central bank approved service providers will go to the doorstep and collect cash and check. So that eliminates the risk of theft to a great extent. And then, of course, information at your fingertips to do quick decision making. That is vital, because you need to know the exact cash position, because that is liquidity management. And then you make an investment there, or you make payments. So information, real-time information is there. So those are the benefits that any business, any scale business, be it a multinational or SME, can get by using this system.
Excellent. Looks like a very good system. Ruwan, I'm going to come to you in terms of specific usages of the system, right? In terms of your own one, I think you all have a lot of claims, and that requires a lot of signatures. And you have, obviously, you mentioned before that you have to make quick decisions, and therefore your decision making process, whether using a ERP or any other system, the full integration has happened with Biz Direct. Can you tell us more about that and how you're using?
Sure. Actually, 5 years back, we have fully implemented basically the end-to-end payment process where we integrate our policy admin system with Biz Direct. That ensure us to give printed check along with the beneficiary advice in triangular.
Right.
It was an initiative, industry first initiative with the Biz Direct, where we have given the printed checks along with beneficiary advice in triangular. So it basically brought us a lot of internal efficiencies, because previously we have to print check, manually sign, and also we have to print the beneficiary advice and also sign the beneficiary advice. So it actually brought a lot of efficiencies as well as significant cost saving for us in terms of cash management.
Excellent. Just coming to cash management, Dhanushki, we spoke about your, dealing with Forex. And briefly touched about your local operations as well. But you do have a lot of local suppliers. You manufacture here, so you would be, and that requires printing checks, and a lot of signatures and record keeping, etc. How has Biz Direct helped you with those processes, and what efficiencies has your finance team seen?
Right. So with Biz Direct, from day one, Trinity has been in operation for about 8 years. From day one, it has always been a case of we don't print our own checks. Like, we don't write checks in the company. I actually have the original checkbook that we received when we opened the accounts, and I don't think we even used 20 leaves so far.
You can put it in a museum.
So over 8 years, that's how it goes. But we used to actually, after approvals, we used to get the bank to print the checks if required, and send it over to our factory or to the admin office. We switched over to the option of printing it in-house. But most of our transactions, most of our settlements, we do it through either a SEF transfer or a slips transfer. So checks, unless otherwise specifically required, we don't really print a check. So in that sense, we don't have to maintain these huge voucher bundles, manually get signatures. That entire process we've stopped, which actually helped us as Trinity Steel, to move to a paperless system. So right now, because of this online approval, we don't need to maintain vouchers because obviously approvals happen online. So due to that, we maintain a paperless system. Only check leaves are brought to office, and upon approval, we print it and we use it. So our requirement for even that printed check has been minimized, drastically minimized, because of the option of transferring it online.
Excellent. Asanka, I talk to many CEOs, and one of the things that they say is that there are many solutions that they deal with. And one of the biggest problems that they have is the solution looks good, but there is very little support. And therefore, it's another headache for them down the road. How is it different, and what sort of support does the customer get on an ongoing basis?
This solution covers all requirements. So we do online payments as well as printed solution. Some customers still want it. So online covers the SEFT, slips, RTGS, inter-account transfers, and customers use that for local payments, foreign payments, salary payments, and statutory payments, which are covered by the online system. And then on the printing option, we have two options. One is on-site printing, like Dhanushki said, that is available. And we also print checks for corporates at the bank. So what we do with these checks is we either courier it back to the customer, or else they designate us the addresses of their customers So we go and give the checks to the customers. Then we also do a very important service on dividend management. So when the dividend management is for companies quoted in the Colombo Stock Exchange. So these are highly regulated. There are strict timelines. So we manage the end-to-end process of dividend from printing to posting. So we work very closely with the company secretaries when we are assigned the job of managing the dividend payment. So that option is also available to corporate. This covers entire spectrum of requirements of a corporate or an SME. So to support them, we have two teams. One is our customer services unit, which once the customer is onboarded, we do the training and then, of course, manage day-to-day any inquiries of the service that is managed by the customer services unit. They can be approached at any time. And then we have another unit that is the implementation unit. So these are the techies. These guys will go and onboard the customer. And then if there is a connectivity to the ERP solution, host to host, they will work with the respective IT teams of the company and make sure that end-to-end integration is happening. So these two teams manage the relationships and they're very closely working with the customers. They visit the customers and get their feedback. So that's the support that we can assure of any Biz Direct customer.
Thank you. Asanka, Ruwan and Dhanushki, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.